Hello ladies, these are my summary notes of part B of Unit 3, the history of yoga. The theory of yoga comes from Sankhya Yoga, Sankhya, which is atheist in nature. When we look at religion, it demands faith. However, yoga is something that it's totally existent. It can be experiential. It's experienced and experimented. The seeker, by controlling and regulating the daily conduct of yam and niyam, sits in an asana. So what do we understand by yam and niyam? So as discussed earlier, Patanjali created Ashtanga Yoga, which is equal to 8 limbs of yoga. And the first 2 limbs are called yam and niyam. Yam meaning restraint. So when we look at yam, there are 5 parts to yam, or 5 parts to restraining. The first one is called ahimsa, that means non-violence. The second part is called truth, that means satya. The third part is called asteya, that means non-stealing. The fourth part is aparigraha, that means non-possession. And the fifth part is called brahmacharya, or celibacy. So in brahmacharya, it's bodily or mental, and it's to do with keeping the indriya or senses in balance. So when we look at the second limb, which is called niyam, નિયમ એટલે વ્યક્તિગત પણ હોય. There are again 5 parts of niyam that one needs to follow. The first one is called soch, or cleanliness. Second one is called santosh, that's contentment. Third one is tapa, austerity. Fourth one is svadhyay, means recitation. Fifth one is ishwar pranidham, which is reverence to God. Now God, understanding of God, Patanjali's description of God was God who was a unit of consciousness, was free from bondage of nature or prakriti. So that is called God, not the God meaning faith God. And then the third limb is asana. Asana is yogasana, or practice with the body, and the work is with body and the breath. So with asana, it has to be a comfortable posture of the body which does not move. The vision is on the tip of the nose or center of the eyebrows or at a target point. So when one actually manages an asana for several hours, body is rested. And this actually prepares for the next stage because it acquires stability, and then the seeker can concentrate on the breath. When the breath becomes subtle, that is called pranayam. So pranayam is also the fourth limb of the Ashtanga Yoga. With pranayam, it purifies the mind and cleanses it, cleanses the channels of the energy by making the breath subtler. Also, very hyperactive mind can be controlled by doing pranayam. Then we come to the fifth part of the limb, which is pratyahar. After pranayam, there's withdrawal of the mind, and if that is practiced from external objects and focusing internally, this takes into account and our life is nurtured by our own senses, which experience speech, touch, vision, taste, and smell. These are four known ahar. By reversing this process of not taking ahar from, or taking the ahar which is from within, and this is by withdrawal of senses from external and taking ahar within, this is called pratyahar. This is where the inner journey of yoga begins. Namaste.